holographic theater.
CD01 data intact. Initiating playback.
Alright, let's see.
I am General Harris, Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff of the United States of America.
Hello, General Harris.
The Zero Dawn is a top-secret superweapons program, the technological miracle that will save us from the Pharaoh Plague, if Operation Enduring Victory can hold off the robots long enough. The reason I'm sure you've heard the rumors is that I'm the one who spread them, and they are all lies. Zero Dawn is not a superweapons program, and it will not save us. Nothing will save us. Here's why. By the time the glitch was noticed, it was already too late. Nothing could stop the Pharaoh Plague. Nothing can. Its robots will continue to replicate and devour the biosphere. Life on Earth will be destroyed. Our planet reduced to a barren sphere. Global extinction is inevitable. No matter how many we kill, the robots just keep exponentially making more. If we had their deactivation codes, we could shut them all down. The entire swarm. But since their cryptographic protocols use polyphasic entangled waveforms,
Wait.
a code set would take half a century. At best, we've got 16 months. Not exactly what you call a survival option. The destruction of a biosphere.
So what the heck did they do? Because obviously, there's still vegetation and people alive.
Just a lifeless, toxic rock with several million Pharaoh robots on it, hibernating, waiting for something to eat. This is the horrible truth behind the lies of Operation Enduring Victory. My lies. Lies designed to inspire millions of innocents to sacrifice themselves in battle. Why? One reason. To buy time for you and the work you will do here. Zero Day. The day that life on Earth ceases to exist is coming fast. It cannot be stopped.
Well, it was stopped, actually.
Is that something new might come after. But I will leave it to Elizabeth Sobek to shine that thin ray of light into the darkness. Harris, out.
Interesting. Well,
That doesn't make sense. Life on Earth didn't cease to exist.
He said it could not be stopped.
But it was. Somehow
exactly.
Elizabeth saved us. I've got to keep looking. Find out how she did it.
Oh, don't tell me they're gonna make us wait all the way through the second one.
Through the vents.
Let
God dang
nothing
it.
stop you from learning the truth.
Spread out!
Where they at?
Move! Kill it!
What is this place? Tomb?
Hmm. Are they not gonna hear me splish splashing around?
Got a line! Hardly a hit! What else is there? That hurt. Ow, ow. Down. I'm gonna die.
Why is it doing like no damage?
Face the sun's judgment.
We're too close to the tribal crypt to stop us now. The data points, what did they contain?
Well, I'm trying to find them now, so give me a minute. Counselor guidelines, alright. For the briefing after presentation 1. Candidates must be allowed to ask questions and be given the necessary time to fully absorb the information they've received. It is important to be aware that candidates have just been exposed to triggers for severe mental and emotional trauma. Do not assume silence or outward calmness indicates acceptance. It is essential to stress that all other options for combating the Pharaoh plague and preserving the continuation of human life have been considered and found unworkable. Communicate this fact calmly but clearly and firmly. Familiarize yourself with data on the catastrophic environmental impact of nuclear engagements versus the swarm. Addendum B1. An unfeasibility of maintaining life in orbital, lunar, or undersea structures so that you can counter candidates' objections in depth. If a candidate asks for time alone to review supplementary information, allow this without hesitation. Be sure to inform security personnel so that the candidate can be monitored for attempts at self-harm. Candidates should be cleared to proceed up to presentation 2 if you believe their mental state is sufficiently stable. Note that real-time support will be available via your focus. Your focus. Dang. I don't know why I can't hit the right button.
Doctor?
I'm sorry, I wasn't,
Just stating your name. What were you thinking about, Doctor?
Nothing the General said. Not really. I was on the Syzygy East Response Team in 2051, just after the second earthquake compromised the reactor. I still dream about it, after all these years. The red zone spreading on the imaging, slowly, so slowly, like a hand opening its fingers.
Your involvement in that event is why you were asked for by name.
Really? That's interesting. Because nothing worked. Nothing could grow there again. It was a catastrophic failure. But the red zone is a blip compared to global-scale biomass reduction. The biosphere and hydrosphere will collapse, render the Earth uninhabitable long before the robots finish us. Enduring victory can't buy time against that. So, you'd better show me what Zero Dawn really is.
I'm glad people are asking questions, am I right? I'm gonna drink some water during this next clip.
I'm sure you now understand
Data point.
the urgency of why we brought you here, Ms. Okilo.
Captain Okilo, are you trying to thank me for not resisting?
I believe we could negotiate a diplomatic solution.
When it came to my country's lithium, it was always a swarm that would be sent to negotiate. Metallurgic International, US Robot Command. The markings changed, but the robots were the same.
You have had considerable experience in human-robot conflict.
Yeah.
Yes, and I've got the prosthetic limbs to show it. Yet I continue to face this horror, even though the challenge was great. Cyber warfare. I thought Zero Dawn would be a Manhattan project to generate the deactivation codes. With the resources I had, I estimated code breaking to be a hopeless endeavor. I was almost looking forward to being proved wrong.
Unfortunately, your estimation was correct.
As your General Hera said. So then, you did not bring me here to commiserate. What is left?
Got one over here. Interview Ron Felder.
Let's cut the mystery. You're building a colony ship. It's obvious. And it's not gonna fly. I mean, literally. Remember the Odyssey? That multinational heap of space junk that's been in graveyard orbit since 57? That went nowhere real slow. And you have to get somewhere real fast. Do you have any idea the immensity of the challenge to prep a new colony ship in time?
To be clear, I'm not a worker on the project.
Do you even understand how few people it could save? The whole generation ship concept is not gonna happen. It's the first thing you'd abandon in favor of embryonics. For that kind of storage we're talking, a lot of bulk, a lot of power, a lot of resources. So even if you do it, even if you build it and point it at Sirius X, there's no room for people on that thing, alright?
I don't think that's what they're trying to do, buddy.
You people are crazy if you think you're getting off this rock. No one's getting off.
Medical.
Counselors aren't really doing a good job, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Accurate, yes.
So these mechanical monstrosities, they don't just kill people. They feed off them.
Not just people. All organic matter.
Every living thing dissolved into nutrients. Millennia of evolution liquefied. The miracle of life reduced to bloody biofuel.
Yep.
In a word, yes.
Who did this? Pharaoh? Asshole. Is he here?
No,
probably.
Doctor, please,
Tell him Tom Pike wants a word. Now, get off! Get off!
Oh man, Tom Beck, you are a little upset. Honestly understandable though.
Want to discuss?
Oof. So, Mama, she was right.
Pardon?
My mother, she took her Bible real serious. Not just Texas Bible serious, Pentecostal serious. Favorite chapter? Revelations. Now, I didn't always understand her on account of all that speaking in tongues and such, but when she did use her words, there was always end times this and lake of fire that on account of sinful lifestyles. Speaking of which, mind if I smoke?
A tobacco cigarette.
Sorry, darling. My taste run classic. Compliments to your team tracked me down. Been a price on my head 18 months now. Sterling Malky was me, don't mind admitting. Been plenty of snakesters.
Who is Travis Tate?
I kept the zigging to the
It seems like an Easter egg of some sort.
How'd you finger me?
I believe Dr. Sobek listed you as an alpha candidate. Priority snatch and grab.
Always suspected she had a little thing for me. Hey, I don't suppose you got real coffee in this place? You know, blood coffee? Conflict cappuccinos?
Mr. Tate, I'm clearing you to proceed. Just go.
She's tired of that dude's bullshit, huh?
Previously worked for Faro Automated Systems.
On the chariot line self-replication routines. I came here thinking this was a rendition. When your people took me, I thought, about time. I've been trying to swallow the guilt every day since,
Would you like to take a moment?
No, I really hoped Zero Dawn was a way to undo it all. My work. And I'm sorry to say I was ever proud of it, but Ted could really sell a concept. And in the labs, in the light of creation.
Yeah. You're one of the people that helped create the destruction of the world. Yeah. The end of humanity. That's you, buddy. All your fault. Well, not all your fault, but partly your fault. And Ted. Don't forget Ted. It's his fault as well.
Data intact. Initiating playback.
Uh-oh. Cutscene.
Elizabeth Sobek.
Elizabeth Sobek.
You've heard the bad news, and it's all true. The Pharaoh plague is devouring the biosphere. Life itself will cease to exist. Does that have to be the end? What if we could
What's the
give
plan?
life a future? What if we could build a kind of seed from which, on a dead planet, life could blossom anew? This is the aim, the hope, of Project Zero Dawn. To create a super intelligent, fully automated terraforming system and bring life back from lifelessness. What was the
So you're
system required?
building...
At its core, it would need a true AI, fully capable of making the trillions of decisions necessary to reconstitute the biosphere.
You're building a biosphere
Devoted to
that
the reflection
constantly
of
replenishes?
Gaia. Mother Nature as an AI.
What the
It's just a
fuck?
part of the system. She will need to be surrounded and empowered by a comprehensive suite of subordinate functions. Think of them
Wait
as
a minute. What the heck?
each dedicated to a specific purpose.
Apollo.
These aren't AIs, but make
Poseidon.
no mistake, each presents an engineering challenge more profound than anything the human species has ever before attempted.
Well, it worked.
Hardware that preserves and then gestates the billions of seeds and embryos through which life will be reborn. The construction of underground
Eleuthia,
facilities to hold it all.
Hephaestus.
And that's just the start. We don't have to build the entire system.
Minerva, Aether,
The beauty of a fully automated
Demeter,
terraforming
Artemis,
system is that it can
Hades.
build itself. Now, over the days to come, you'll learn how all these functions, all these pieces that you'll be working on, fit together. How we'll race the clock to execute our harvest initiatives, write the software, build the tech and the facilities. How we'll lock it down and seal it up before the inevitable occurs. But even more important, you'll know how it doesn't end here. How Gaia will generate those deactivation codes General Harris talked about, and Build the transmission arrays to broadcast them, shutting down the Pharaoh robots for good. Gaia will not just build, but imagine any conceivable robot it needs to do its work across centuries. From detoxifying the Earth's ravaged atmosphere and poisoned seas, to the regreening of the
Wow.
Earth's stalks, to rewilding the Earth with animal life. And then, when all that is done, how a new generation of human beings, spawned at cradle facilities around the globe, will partake of Apollo, the vast archive of human knowledge and cultural achievement from which they will learn of us, our world. And most important, how not to repeat our mistakes. It's not an impossible
I think Apollo might have had a glitch in it. We haven't really found anything from that.
But if you will help me, help Gaia, we can give it a future. Join me and help make that future real.
I feel like religious heretics would be terrible for this. Yep, that's what it seems like.
By a machine.
A machine of creation.
Elizabeth did this for life.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. But why Hades then? If it was part of
I knew it sounded familiar. I just assumed it was because of Greek mythology. I'm so dumb.
Why does it want to kill me? And Apollo, the archive of knowledge, what happened to that?
Kratos probably got a little upset with him, honestly.
Maybe the answers lie ahead.
Yeah, let's find out. Make your selection. You are now in possession of information regarding the true nature and purpose of Zero Dawn, classified far above top secret. As such, we regret that you cannot be allowed to leave this facility. There are 3 options available to you at this point. Please consider each carefully. Trained counselors are standing by to assist you in making your choice. Participation. You will be assigned to a sub-project team based on your area of expertise. You should be aware that the way forward will be difficult and the project's outcome is uncertain. You will be expected to work a minimum of 80 hours per week, and your communications with family members will be strictly limited and monitored in real time. Upon successful completion of the project, you and your immediate family, or 2 persons of your choosing, will be transferred to the Elysium, sealed habitat to live out the remainder of your natural lives. Should you choose to decline participation in Zero Dawn, you will be given 48 hours to reconsider, after which your decision to refuse participation will be considered irrevocable. Every reasonable effort will be made to make your term of confinement as comfortable as possible, but you will not be permitted contact with the outside world, and death within 18 months due to the Pharaoh plague is inevitable. When the Zero Dawn facility is abandoned, detainees who wish not to opt for medical euthanasia will be released. The information you have just received understandably calls into question the purpose of continuing to live. If you prefer to end your life at this point, pain-free medical euthanasia is available. A 48-hour waiting period is required, during which time you may instead opt for participation or confinement. Please notify counselor when you are ready to make your choice. Very realistic options, honestly. You know. I wonder what happens if somebody gets fired. Alright, it is vitally important that candidates choose to participate in Project Zero Dawn voluntarily and knowingly, without additional coercion and without value judgment on the part of the counselor. Confirm for candidates that they were selected due to their skill sets and accomplishments. Emphasize that their dedicated participation in Zero Dawn will increase the project's chances of success. Frame participation in Zero Dawn as an opportunity to respond actively in the face of an overwhelming threat. Candidates may question the fairness of their selection, validate such objections as normal, even admirable responses. Emphasize the value of candidates' expertise to the future, not just of humanity, but terrestrial life as a whole. Life-wise, candidates may balk at the morality of extending their lifespans. And those of loved ones beyond 0 day validate their hesitation and acknowledge that while the reward of Elysium is not fair, it will be earned if possible. Redirect their ethical misgivings towards greater commitment to the project. When candidates challenge plausibility of Project Zero Dawn, permit them to review Subex's presentation many times they wish and allow access to supplemental articles GO1 through P20. Allow them to suspend the interview to fully process this documentation. A significant minority of candidates will elect for medical euthanasia. It is important to receive this decision kindly and without judgment. Advise them of the 48-hour waiting period during which counselors will be available to discuss their decision. Emphasize that euthanasia will not occur without repeated consent. When the procedure is scheduled to take place, no one will be euthanized against her or his will. Candidates who elect indefinite detention must be informed that they have 48 hours to reverse their decision, after which the decision something is corrupted. Frick.